In the previous lecture, we looked upon that how your friend walked away from you, and we looked on to various segments of time frame, 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds and 10 seconds. In the first 10 seconds time frame, he was just walking. In the next 10 seconds framework, he was jogging. And then in the next 10 seconds framework, he was running. So you could see that what is the basic difference in the rate of change from you, the position of your friend, and how it is ordered with the distance and time.
Any two quantities, if they can be grouped together, they'll be bundled in form of relations. We'll look deeper and try to figure out which all relations can be termed as functions. So now we know that there are two basic parameters which we are looking in this example. The one is time. Let this time be depicted by t. And then we have another parameter which is distance. Now this be depicted by d. We saw that there is a combination which we created, that there was a time and then there was a distance, as we have seen down there, here. Now these combinations, as you look upon and look to, that these combinations would have that at the very starting point, the time was again 0 and the distance was again 0. Then in the next observation, the time was 10 seconds because we talked about 10 seconds after, and the distance grew to 5 meters. Then in the next observation, the time became 20 seconds and the distance again became 10 meters. In the next observation, we saw that we looked upon to 30 seconds after the depart. The distance then became 20 meters. Now this is where he was jogging. And in the next observation, after another 10 seconds, which was 40 seconds after the start of depart or after the start of your friend's movement, the distance became 40 meters because here he was running. Now all these combinations, as I earlier said, that they become ordered pairs. And these ordered pairs, they form relations. Now let us actually plot the activity. Let us graphically look at what happened. On this axis, let me put time. Now we were looking to the time at 0 seconds, then at 10 seconds, then at 20 seconds, then at 30 seconds, and then at 40 seconds. This was the time window when we were taking the observations. We started with 0 seconds, moved on to 10 seconds, then another 10 seconds, that was after 20 seconds, after 30 seconds, and after 40 seconds. Let there be the distance, maybe 5 meters, 10 meters, then 15 meters and 20 meters, 25, 30, 35 and then 40 meters. Let us actually start looking to what happened. On 10, this particular scenario, at 10 seconds, he reached to 5 meters. So this became point A. To begin with, it was, the time was again 0, that is at 0th second, the distance was 0. And this was the point O. This point A is very much there, and we know that this is the point A, wherein the time was 10 seconds and the distance moved was 5 meters. Now, there is another situation or scenario. The next scenario was this. This was point B. The time elapsed was 20 seconds and the distance to which your friend has moved to 10 meters. This became the point B. As you can very well see over here, this is the point B. In the next scenario, this was the point C, wherein the time was 30 seconds, and now because he was jogging, he's moved on to point C. This became point C. Now this is point C. After 40 seconds, because he was running, so the distance from you was 40 meters, because this is the distance and this is the time elapsed. So this becomes point D. Now this is point D. We'll look to the behavioral changes in details. In the coming lecture, we are going to talk about functions. Functions are nothing but processing units like this. You give the input, it will be processed, and then finally you will be getting the output. There will be an input given to a function, and that function is going to generate an output out of it. We will be looking deeper about functions in the coming lecture. I'll see you then. Thank you.